welcome to Real Japan Part 2. If you haven't managed to check out Part 1 yet, here is a link. Just clicky clicky. I will be here when you come back. Have you clicked it? Have you watched it? Have you checked it out? Have you commented? Thank you. Awesome. Okay, let's jump straight into Part 2. Right, so you've got all of your accommodation, your food sorted, the language sorted, all of that. Now you actually want to do some things in Japan. So, if you're in one of the bigger cities like Tokyo, this really is the number one place that people go to and they think of when they think of Japan is Tokyo. There are some crazy fun things to do in Tokyo, but there are also things like Disneyland. You can go to Disneyland and Disney Sea. So what you can do in Japan is sort of equal to how much you want to get out of the place. If you're after sort of the technology and all the fun, crazy, modern stuff, go to Tokyo. There is some fantastic stuff that you can check out there, and they've got all the crazy cafes and restaurants. It's just bustling with people. There are so many people. Go to Shibuya, do all your shopping. It's fabulous. Check out Tokyo. A lot of cities will have their own sort of museums and art galleries, so you can always check them out as well. I went to a really great art gallery in Kyoto, and it was beautiful, and it was really great to see some really traditional Japanese artwork, and that's something that you can't see anywhere else really, and this place had a beautiful selection. Of course, a lot of towns and cities are famous for particular things, so definitely embrace that. Do check out the tourist centres. Hit them up, get as much information as you can. Perhaps you've planned a little bit, but you've got a few days or, afternoons where you're not sure what you want to do. Go to those sorts of places, the tourist information, and see what they have available. There could also be festivals and specific events going on when you're there. Each season does tend to have their own particular events and festivities, so really embrace that. Embrace the culture, embrace the festivities, and have a fantastic time. The people there are so polite. They are so extremely polite. They really genuinely want to help you. It is just woven into the culture, they say please after absolutely everything. Even on the trains you'll hear kudasai at the end of a sentence. That's basically please. It's very, very genuine. It's very, very polite. It is a very warm, welcoming place. People often say that Japan is a real clash of the old and the new, and it's true. It really is. It's a little bit strange. I haven't ever seen that before anywhere. It was a whole new experience. You'll have shrines and temples that are right next to convenience stores and vending machines out the front. I think my colour just went slightly off. I apologise. But look, the other thing that I want to mention is that some of these cities never sleep. Tokyo especially, there are constantly trains running. There are always people go to and from work, to and from bars. It's very, very busy. This might be a bit of a funny thing for me to talk about, but I just wanted to briefly mention it because, guys, there are so many different types of toilets in Japan. I am serious. They've got so much technology woven into all of their bathrooms and everything. The toilets even greet you when you walk through the door. It's crazy. But they've also got really traditional squat toilets, so you never know what you're going to get basically when you go to a bathroom in Japan. You might spend half your time in the bathroom just trying to figure out how to work the toilet, how to wash your hands, and how to get out of there. Bathing is very, very important for the Japanese as well. Cleanliness is extremely important. So you do definitely shower and you get rid of all of the dirt and all the rest, the day's toxins, and then you have your bath. Especially if you're going to a public bath, you don't want to go there without having a shower first. The other thing that I want to mention in terms of hygiene is that you will see masks everywhere. Face masks, these little white things that you often just see in surgeries that doctors wear. Everybody in Japan wears them, especially in winter. So please don't be offended by them, it's something that everybody does, and part of it is protecting them, not just you. Japan is a very modern, technologically driven place, and something a lot of people sort of associate with Japan is their technology. And this is true to an extent. I think that these days, especially in Western culture, everybody sort of has their mobile phone and they have the internet on the mobile phone. It's everywhere anyway. So in Japan, it's really no different. But the thing is that if you're staying over there in Japan and you're staying in a hotel, you might not actually get internet access. And this is the problem. I thought that when I went over there that I would be able to, hook into Wi-Fi wherever I go. It was not the case. What you can do is before you go over there, you can get a new SIM card which has international, you know, rates and roaming. So when you go to Japan, you just use that SIM card. The other option that you have is to actually buy a SIM card or a phone when you are over there, and that's already connected to, there's Docomo and then there's another one. There's like two main internet companies that are in Japan. But if you're not interested in doing either of those options and you're just going to stick to Wi-Fi, then you might want to look for accommodation which includes Wi-Fi as part of their price. They really have fully embraced technology into their everyday lives in Japan, and they just incorporate it as much as possible. So it's very exciting when you go over there and things are talking to you and operating in different ways that you didn't think that they would. It's fantastic. Right, so one of the last things that I want to talk about is the beauty and fashion. Now, people who know me know that this is actually a beauty channel, so sorry if you've come here from a completely different place and you didn't know that that's what I do. That's what I do. But look, this is really fascinating, even if you're not into beauty and fashion. The people in Japan, especially Tokyo, are just so absolutely up there with their fashion and their makeup. And look, I'm not just talking about the girls here, I'm talking about the guys. Like, the guys have their the whole hairstyles going on with the hairspray and the two-tone finishes. When I went over there was about winter in 2011-2012. Girls were all about, you know, absolutely perfect makeup, and they had big lashes, big fake lashes, lots of eyeliner. If I wasn't wearing eyeliner in Tokyo, I felt really left out. So they're also about the really big hair, lots of big hair and nice big long curls right at the ends of it. All the girls are in high heels and they were wearing little anklet boots and long high boots that went above the knee. Guys were a bit more punk, a bit more goth, a bit more alternative. But even then you could tell that there was a lot of attention to detail, and they weren't just throwing something on. You could tell that they probably just paid $300 for that shirt. They're really into charms as well. Charms on their phones, really long charms coming off the phones. Charms on everything. Phones, bags, everything. That's not just the younger generation. That is, you know, the older ladies as well especially have charms and things coming off their phones and their luggage. They really do have specific styles as well though. You know, some people are really into the, I suppose the hip-hop scene, so they wear more hip-hop clothes, and some are really into the techno dance rave scene, so they wear those sorts of things. But even so, you know that they've probably just gone to Shibuya and spent a ton of money on a single outfit, but damn, do they look spectacular. There are a couple of things that I didn't like. They didn't really have much access for people with disabilities. They didn't really have anything in terms of vegetarian cuisine, and that was a little bit of a problem for me, but I just sort of went, oh look, I'm just gonna throw that all out the window. The other big problem that I see with Japan is their smoking. They smoke everywhere. Department stores, cafes, restaurants, out on the street, in the clubs, in all the buildings, in their homes, in their cars. Everywhere, everybody smokes. Your things are going to come back really smelling of smoke, okay? So just be prepared for that. That's really the big thing that I had with Japan that I really disagreed with. So I'm not going to get into anything else about Japan. You know, there's a lot of this political crap that goes on, and that's always going to go on. Every country has problems with their, you know, policies, but as a country, it's fantastic. It's just such a different place, especially, you know, an Aussie going to Japan. It is so completely different. I highly recommend it. I would definitely go again. I had the greatest time. Alright, so that's basically everything that I can think of right now. If I've missed out on anything, please just leave me a comment down below. If I get a lot of comments and questions, then I might even make a follow-up video just answering a few. Thank you so very much for your time. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you later. See you guys. Bye!